Hello, everyone. We're going to talk today a little bit again about language. I know that's something that's come up in these videos and emails before, but there's a lot to it. We're trying to do it in bite-sized chunks. There's been an evolution really in language about, what language we use that describes different groups of people and also how we describe and relate to and how we treat people who are different from us, different from the majority population in some way. That could be different ethnicity, religion, culture, ability, disability, neurodivergence, different sexuality, different gender identity, and more. There's lots of different um, ways that people are diverse. Um, One of the words that was originally used was the word tolerance. And tolerance is like, it's a very low bar. So if I tolerate somebody who is different from me, that sort of just means I put up with them. Again, it's something that would have been used very much in the context of building bridges between communities, say in Northern Ireland, like increased tolerance. But like you'll see there on the screen, I have images of things that I tolerate. I tolerate when members of my family stack the dishwasher wrong because at least they're stacking the dishwasher. I tolerate the traffic jams at the Polestar roundabout, although, I give out about them. I tolerate them. They're not something that I enjoy. They're not something that I'm happy about. They're certainly not something that I celebrate. I put up with them because there isn't really an alternative, or the alternative is, worse again, but it's a very low bar. Suppose after tolerance, the language has really shifted towards the word acceptance. There's that sense of we have to make people who are members of minority groups or kind of the outsider excluded groups feel accepted instead of just tolerated. So that's accepting people for who they are, so that nobody needs to justify themselves. They can just be free to be who they are. But again, I personally think that acceptance doesn't really go far enough. If I accept something, is that celebrating it? Is it appreciating it? Think about the kind of things you accept in life. I mean, you may accept like a job offer, but you also accept that rain is, a feature of living in Ireland. We accept this, we accept an apology. So I don't know that, it really conveys that sense of celebrating diversity. When you think about if the point is to sort of promote inclusion, remember recently there was a video in an email about what is inclusion versus, integration. So I personally don't think that acceptance actually goes far enough. So then the space that we move into then, past tolerance, past acceptance, the word that's most commonly used then is belonging. So that sort of creates that sense that everybody feels they're part of the space. So that space could be County Donegal, it could be Ireland, it could be DLDC as a workplace, as a place where we all spend 35 or more hours per week. Think about spaces where you feel welcome. Think about spaces where you feel that you're valued and cherished and where you can be yourself, where you feel like you're truly part of the community. Most of us would feel that way perhaps with family or with a close group of friends, but also hopefully within wider society, like things like the gay marriage referendum back in 2016, I think, 2015. That, I think, created a sense of belonging because that was everybody saying this is a country for people, no matter their sexuality, everybody's going to have equal rights. And that created that sense of belonging. So again, it's active. It's not just saying, I accept you for who you are. It's saying, I'm going to create a space where you feel you can truly belong, where you can be yourself and be part of the community. So on that, I suppose, do you feel like you belong here in DLDC? And do you think that everyone feels the same way? What can each of us do to increase that feeling of belonging? I suppose, particularly maybe for newer staff members, and then also in other areas of life, what are we doing to make sure that people feel that they belong, even if they're not the same as us? And that's in all kinds of ways. Again, ethnicity, gender, education, all of it. Are we creating a society where everyone feels that they belong? And if not, how do we do that?